Remember Jordan Peterson? He's that Canadian psychologist who tricks men into giving him money in return for him telling them that all of their problems are their own fault and that all they need to do is clean their own rooms. You know, actually, when I put it that way, it doesn't really sound so bad. But he does also think that enforced monogamy will fix society, that your gender identity should be up to him, and that all meat diets will cure depression, as I talked about in this video last year. So yeah, he's pretty bad, actually. The latest news, though, is that his love of pseudoscience may have taken him out of the public intellectual game, much like when one of those all-natural homeopath health gurus dies of cancer that could have been treated with chemo. He's not dead, but yikes. Peterson has fairly recently gone public with his problems with addiction. He was hooked on benzos, which, if you're not familiar, it's one of the worst fucking things to get addicted to, because coming off of them can be absolutely horrific. You might be familiar with the brand name Xanax. That's a benzo. Full disclosure, I have a prescription for Xanax because of my anxiety, but my doctor made it very clear that I'm only to take them in an emergency. And if I run out, I need to go back and see her personally so she can judge me. I think I've had one in the past 3 years because I get anxiety thinking of getting addicted to my anti-anxiety pills, and also because weed is legal here in California and it's not addictive and it accomplishes much of the same thing. But unlike me with my clean room and personal responsibility, Peterson did not follow his doctor's prescription. He got addicted and then he tried to stop cold turkey, which is the worst possible decision a person could make. I didn't mention it when all of this was first being revealed late last year because I'm not here to kick a guy when he's down. Addiction fucking sucks. Yeah, sure, Peterson was out there touting the idea that it's all about personal responsibility and making better choices, but he's wrong. So, of course, he's going to be as vulnerable to this sort of thing as the next person. Rehab is tough, and it takes a lot of hard work and introspection and pain to beat an addiction or to keep it in check. And hell, maybe that experience and developing an addiction, seeking outside help for it, maybe that would give him a little empathy. Well, that didn't happen. Instead, Peterson left rehab several times and then flew to Russia, which was apparently the closest place he could go where he could pay money to do what's known as a rapid detox. Rapid detox is detox without, the work. You know that Amy Schumer skit where that she lifted from that other comedian, Kathleen Madigan, about an exercise program where you just sleep through it while somebody moves your limbs? That's rapid detox. It's pretty much the polar opposite of everything Jordan Peterson has ever said about addiction and personal responsibility. He talks a lot about treating addiction through measured, gradual adjustments. Why spend time wondering why you got addicted to benzos, though, when instead you can just insist that this is just a physical addiction and not a psychological addiction, fly to Russia, get put into a coma, and then sleep right through your detox. That's basically how it works. Doctors put the addict under anesthesia and then flood their brain with drug blockers that force the body to begin detoxing. Detoxing from benzos can, like alcohol withdrawal, be incredibly dangerous due to seizures and other side effects. So it needs to be done in a controlled environment with trained medical personnel. And there really isn't an easy way to do it, despite the claims of many rapid detox centers. Even in rapid detox, oftentimes patients wake up still experiencing the symptoms of withdrawal, but then they're just sent on their merry way. Studies show that rapid detox is both incredibly dangerous and ineffective at keeping the patient in treatment and keeping them from relapsing, which you would think Peterson would know considering the fact that he is a behavioral psychologist, but apparently not. In 2010, a Cochrane review of 9 studies involving about 1,100 subjects found that they could not recommend rapid detox due to how dangerous, literally life-threatening it is, especially when done with heavy sedation, which is what Peterson did. Unfortunately, facts have never trumped feelings for Peterson, so he tried to take what he surely saw was the easy way out. Sure enough, he got pneumonia, he spent 8 days in a coma, another month in the ICU, he gave himself brain damage, and now he can't walk or type well. But the good news is that he did, after several weeks, regain his ability to speak. His daughter explained all of that in a video in which she says Peterson, quote, almost died from what the medical system did to him in the West, which you gotta love. Not following a doctor's orders, trying to go cold turkey off of benzos, and then flying to some shithole in Russia where things like science and pesky ethical guidelines have no place. None of that almost killed him. No, it was definitely what the medical system did to him in the West. Reading that, that was the point where I threw my hands in the air and said, fuck it, I'm making a video about these hypocritical pieces of garbage. Because their fans are going to continue to eat up everything they say. Those true fans will never see the irony in an addict blaming his doctor for letting him abuse his prescription, or blaming Canada's free single-payer healthcare system for not detoxing him in a sufficiently easy or fast manner. So is it Jordan Peterson's fault? Is it a lack of personal responsibility that got him addicted to benzos? Yes. Is it also his doctor's fault for prescribing them in the first place without proper oversight? Probably. Do we have serious systemic problems in the US and Canada with preventing and treating addiction with science-based and compassionate methods? Absolutely. Will any of this alter Peterson's thinking when it comes to his mantra of personal responsibility? I'm skeptical.